We the Fans is the #1 sponsor in battle rap. My name is Frank White, and I probably contributed to some of your favorite battles. I mean, in the last 4 years, I donated $222,000 to battle rap for the culture. Check out We the Fans Global on Instagram for the full catalog of battles I sponsor. And follow We the Fans Global on YouTube to watch full battle breakdowns from a sponsor's perspective and a recommendation for what battles should be booked next. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe, and keep stepping into your greatness. We the Fans is for the culture.
We are here with two legends, and then myself. We've got Frankie Frazier, Mr. I'm Your Worst Nightmare. You can only dream of having this like sleep paralysis. We got Sean Kray, the man's man, not a boy's boy. It's a pleasure to have you both with us, gentlemen. There's only one place to start this conversation, and that's Sean Kray. How do you feel about having the 2024 UK Battle of the Year with Frankie Frazier?
Yeah, it was great. It was unexpected, probably going into that year, but yeah, now it's like you go into every year, you're looking to try and get something similar. So yeah, definitely grown into it.
Excellent. Frankie, how do you feel losing to Sean Kray in the 2024?
Honestly, I'm so fucking proud of that battle, man. I feel like that just hit every note it was supposed to hit. I actually was talking about it with Dub recently, and I was saying I'm almost like pissed off at the end of my third now because I tried to do some like rhyme stuff, and I wish I just went back to being fun. I should have just kept it that whole way through.
Well, I think it's when he put the glasses on and started talking to you crazy, like he was what was that? I came here for a proper shootout. Once he hit that, it was over. Like we knew in the first it was over for you, Frankie. But it's good to have you both with us. There's an incredible card happening. We finally got Gemin1 versus Shotty Horroh on Prem. We've got a lot of battles on this card, so I'm going to start from the bottom of the card. I want you guys to give me your real opinions on these battles. Don't hold back.
I got you.
All right. So I'm going to start with Sean Kray. What are your thoughts on Sam Hypes versus Photoboy?
It is a mad matchup, I have to say. It's kind of, do you know what? The reason why this matchup, I don't know, but like why I think it's come about is Sam Hypes has put in work, you know? Like, so he's been in the tournament. He went all the way to the semi-final. He's one of those guys who worked hard for Prem. So like they've given him a spot on the card. And then Photoboy is actually he's one of my favorite of the newcomer guys. You know, he had a crazy battle with MK. That's one that I would tell anyone from any country to watch that. Yes, Photoboy versus MK.
Southside, amazing.
And I believe that's the last time Photoboy had battled, and so him being on the card is brilliant. So
I think he was just on the it's a blackout card. Yeah, with
the new one. I haven't seen it yet.
I think he battled Slim Buck. Yeah. Salute to On-Site Battles. That was a nice little event. I just watched that the other day. So
they dropped it like as a whole event, right?
Yeah. So it was like a whole stream, and it had like 3 battles, but you got the face off, then the battle, then the face off, then the battle. So yeah, salute to them for everything they're doing. What are your thoughts on Sam Hypes versus Photoboy, Frankie?
Yeah, I'd agree. I'd say as well, because he was also given the chance, Sam, to be in the final, and then like lost the votes to Dub. So it did feel almost like, well, he probably like definitely deserves the chance to still be on this card, you know, like especially because it was a tight voting system. Like I'm sure that they would have been like, listen, if you don't, whoever doesn't get on this is going to get on this at somehow, right? And then for Photoboy, like what I've seen of him, he's so good. Like I'm really excited to see. I feel like this is good for him, like to really like introduce himself. Like I know he's been about, but like I could see him really taking this one and being like, just in case you are new to me, here I am in it, and I'm excited for that.
That's fire. This next one, I believe Bison Briggz versus Crow is premiering on Premier Battles right now while we do this. So if you're watching this, make sure you tap into Bison Briggz versus Crow. But on the card, we got Bison Briggz versus Frost. What are your thoughts, Frankie? Don't hold back.
Well, Frost's my boy, innit? So, but also Briggz, he's the gaffer. He runs everything. So this might be the only one where I got to toe the line a little bit. But it's on beat, right? It's on beat. So this could easily be the most fun battle because it's on beat, and on beat battles can be so much more fun because they engage everyone. You don't have to be as like detailed in everything you say. It can just be about how good it sounds too. So I'm yeah, this could be crazy. I'm really excited to see Frost get the chance to do something like this because I feel like this has always been something he could do, and he just hasn't done it yet. And the same thing, Briggz, he's a serious rapper, man. Like he's been doing this forever. Like he's really been doing this forever. And I don't think he always like he almost like plays that role quite well where he still is running the show. So he'll either downplay himself or he'll do a little bit of the heel, but he never really says like he's the man. And this is where he should easily be like, actually, this is what I do. This is what I do for real. So yeah, it's one of them. Like I could easily see this being the most entertaining battle of the day, just off of vibes alone. With the
that's real.
stuff.
That's real. Thank you, Prime Minister Fraser, for the politically correct answer. Sean
Yeah,
Craig, where are we at with this battle?
Yeah, like I like it. I mean, they were both ready to go on the 6th of June, and then it wasn't able to happen. So they've had that privilege of being able to write for it a couple of times. It's going to be different. Like Frost is coming from a grime background, so like he's going to be more wanting to work on that higher tempo. Briggz is like a punchline rapper that'll be doing it on rap. Like, so for me, I lean more into what Frost does, like in a battle sense. I like it to be a bit faster. So yeah, I don't know. I'm probably leaning towards Frost in that, but we'll see. It's
I do personally believe he'll be more entertaining.
Yeah,
whatever that means. I don't know what that actually means for a grand scheme of whether he wins the battle or not, but I think he'll get the crowd for sure.
Yeah, I agree. Good point. This next one, this interesting 2-on-2. Speaking of the on-site battles event, Tech and Black T both battled. Salute to Tech and Black T. Kingslee, Thunder, and Caveman versus Tech and Black T. This is an interesting style clash. What are your
Very
thoughts?
stylish, yeah.
What are your thoughts?
So different. So different. I mean, I could see Caveman and Kingslee do like some mad conceptual rounds. Like, I don't even know where they're gonna go with it. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they'll be a little bit more like direct, but I could see them doing at least one round where you're like, where the fuck did that come from? You know, like where was their brain at for that one? You know, like Caveman's brought out saxophones in battles before, so we really could expect anything here. And then with Tech and Black T, they're in your face. They won't let you get those jokes off the way you want to. So, I mean, I feel like I also think they might complement each other a bit more. Just because Kingslee and Caveman have the ability to be like a little bit more fun, I don't know if that necessarily means they're going to complement each other as good as Black T and Tech will.
That's a good point. That's a very good point. Talk to us, Sean Cray.
Yeah, I mean, the way that I'm envisioning the event being the kind of setup, the kind of crowd it's going to be, and what they want, you know, Tech and Black T should be winning this, I think.
Yeah.
Caveman and Kingslee, like they're both talented in what they do, but they, especially like Caveman, who is a serious rapper, and I do like his music, but when he goes into battling, he's very much experimenting and trying something different. He's not taking it super seriously, and Kingslee doesn't take anything super seriously. So these guys are coming down to have fun and try stuff out. Tech and Black T are coming to win the battle, and I feel like the crowd is going to be going with the team that's trying to win the battle, you know?
Yeah,
agreed.
Yeah, that's a very good point. This next one, gentlemen, it is your time to shine. Sean Cray and Frankie Fraser versus Ghast, Buff, and Crow. I got Sean Cray and Frankie Fraser very clear in this battle. Tell us why that's a truthful statement, Frankie.
Because this was all about us two, and it could have been anyone there. We're here to do our thing, man. We did not give two fucks who this was. It was all about us, and that's how it's going to be on the day as well. It's going to be all about us. 100%.
It is facts. Like, I mean, we did kind of. I had a battle that was locked in that was going to happen, and then Frank couldn't get himself a battle, so we were kind of I mean, he couldn't find himself an opponent, sort of thing.
Mhm.
So I said, look, why don't we just pair up? And we were just both like, yeah, and we will go against anybody, like, because
Yeah.
that's what it's going to be. And the thing is, with the whole aesthetic of the event, they're giving the shots to the people that have worked hard in the tournament. You know, these guys are quarter finalists, so put some respect on that. On that, like, you know what I mean? These guys,
Yeah.
they, yeah, you know, so
Oh shit.
they earned that shot. So
Yeah.
they can have that. They can have this plate.
You know who you both should be
Amazing.
worried about, though, is Gas Buff, because he's quietly becoming a problem. I think Gas Buff is really developed. He's entertaining. He's funny as hell. Keep your eye on Gas Buff. I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
No, obviously I do rate them both, and I do respect them both as doing what they do. And again, like, we did want it to be as well, like, where there was a chance to give like a bit more of a shot in the sense, but really and truly, like, I don't know, man. I just don't know whether their styles are going to complement each other.
Yeah.
It might, but I don't know if it will.
That's a good point. But speaking of giving shots, I got to salute Sean Kray for giving WhoIsOrion a shot and battling him. That was very, very, very honorable of you. Tell us why you chose to do that, Sean Kray. Why did you choose to give WhoIsOrion a shot?
Do you know what? Like, because I don't know if you're familiar with WhoIsOrion from Pen Game. So
yes, he was on the Battler. Yep.
Yeah, and he's got an incredible like win to loss ratio over on Pen Game. Loads of views. He's very respected over there. And the last year or so, I've gotten to a few of the Pen Game events, so I've gotten to meet people over there. And he just came to me, you know, and he was just like, "Look, I want to battle you," like, and it just, I don't know, it just appealed to me, like, and then this was even before he battled Lou Castro, and it was like so. He was sort of saying that, but I was like, yeah, it appeals to me, but I don't know what you're going to be like. And then I saw what he did against Lou, and it was good enough for me. I was like, yeah, let's set that up, because yeah, I think he's good. I think he's got a lot to offer, and I think one by one, I think from the Lou battle to the battle with me, he jumped quite a lot, and I'm expecting him to jump again for this one, because especially with this one being on the stage. He's battled twice in the pit. Now he's going to battle on the stage. You see him at Pen Game when he's on the stage. He's someone who thrives off of crowd participation,
high energy.
He's very high energy,
and that's what he does. So he's going to go against Quill. Quill's going to do what he does, but Orion's going to do what he does as well. So I'm really looking forward to it. To a lot of people, the battle was maybe a bit out of nowhere, but for me, like, I think it's going to be a great one.
It makes sense. Talk to me, Frankie.
Well, you don't really get people step in to the written, like, to the a cappella format and take off that quick. Like, I think really of the last few years, it's like Sean, obviously Scoop. I know it's been like about 10 years now, but like, I'm saying, like, they actually like took off pretty much straight away. And he's definitely one of them. It feels like, I know he's doing other battles, but it doesn't necessarily mean it will translate. And he's translated instantly. Seems like he thrives off of being able to be like creative as well in that sort of format. So yeah, it's and I think for this one, with how good Quill is and how strong he is, especially on stage and everything, he's like proper like high energy, high level. I think that's only gonna make this guy like Orion really want to step up again, and I think that makes this battle even more interesting. Like Sean said, like, it might not have at first been one that you would have thought was gonna happen, but now it's there. You're like, all right, yeah, this actually works. And obviously, I think Quill wins. I think Quill wins quite clearly, but that doesn't mean like Orion can't show off and show himself to be like levels. You know what I mean? It just might be a bit of a jump for him right now. But hey, he's proved me wrong with the Lou Castro battle, because that was the one where I was like, surely Lou wins this, right? So, and then obviously I thought Sean won, but it didn't really matter who won that because it was so good. And yeah, I think this is another chance where he has as long as he don't like let the moment get to him, which I don't think he's the sort of person that would, this could be brilliant, you know, on both sides. But yeah, I do have Quill getting that one for sure.
Frankie, that was excellent analysis, but you shouted out Scoop, the man who stole your bar and said it to your face. How dare you?
Yeah, that's true. Fuck off, Scoop.
There you go. What were you going to say, Sean?
just on that Scoop one, I often watch that battle back with Frank, and there's that little bit that ended up being great at the end of my second round. There was a moment where I was about to skip on to the next bit, and Scoop just did the in the crowd, and it just like, if he never did that, if he kept his arms down, that round would never have hit as well as it did. So shout out Scoop.
Shout out Scoop, but also
Bro,
he
he even started my next round with energy, because I made a little joke towards him, and he was like, no, I don't. And then I was like, no, I'm only fucking with you. But it kind of gave me a bit of a little like lift straight away. He's good at that. He's honestly like, he's just so entertaining, isn't he? Like he brings that like life to everything he does. So yeah, fuck off, Scoop.
Yeah, fuck off. But also, I'm really surprised at Hollywood Quill for coming down from the mountaintop where he sits in his mind to give WhoIsOrion a chance. I do have Quill stepping down from his high throne to smoke WhoIsOrion, but WhoIsOrion is going to be entertaining. I think it's a chance for him to show what he can do and get some new fans, much like he did. Salute to T-Top on the Buy the Pound card. He was introduced to the American fan base that way. So salute to WhoIsOrion. Thank you, Quill, Your Highness, for stepping down from your throne to give somebody a shot. And also salute to Renea, who's also another one who's come from the on-beat battle format and who's transitioned well. So good to see that happening. We now make our way to the most important battle in the world, according to DubTee, which is his rematch with Deburke. Of course, this is very important because it is the co-main event, but also because of the incredible Premier Battle tournament where winning matters. We're not going to mention what happened with Pagan. We're just going to move right along, but shout out to Pagan. Sean, Kray, I'm going to start with you. Who wins this rematch, Deburke or DubTee?
Yeah, I mean, like, Deburke honestly smoked DubTee the first time around. It was the pre-party to, I think, was it Plug 4? I think it was the one where it was whatever it was, but he did smoke him. I've been sort of, but since then DubTee has gotten a lot better, and he doesn't really get smoked too much.
That's a fact.
But I've tipped pause. But I've tipped Deburke to win this tournament from day one. So I'm not going to change it now. So yeah, it's going to be Deburke for me.
Okay, I'm not mad at that at all. Frankie, how do you feel about this battle?
Everything says Deburke should win. He's beaten before. He's won pretty much every battle he's had. Dub had losses in the tournament and stuff like that. He's also coming into the battle off a loss that brought him into this place. Everything says Deburke should win, and that it might just be the day we see the dub that we all believe he can be. And there was a long conversation on Twitter a couple of weeks back where we were like, most of the people that have been around were hyping up the fact that we believe Dub could step up even more than he has. And I do believe he will, but I'm still saying Deburke because everything says it's Deburke's night. You know, it just does. It just does.
I'm gonna go out on a limb here because the Where Winning Matters tournament really helped DubTee develop, in my opinion. You know, it helped him really hone his style, and you could just see his development as it progressed. Obviously, it was the very difficult battle with Kick Nelly that really turned him up. Salute to Kick Nelly being the Loaded Lux of battle rap. But in all seriousness, I think the tournament really helped DubTee. He is at a disadvantage, one, because I also agree. I think Deburke won the first one, and the second disadvantage is coming into this, how he comes into the tournament, because Pagan couldn't make it. It looks crazy. So he's got I'm gonna go with DubTee just off of pure faith, but I think Deburke has the skill set to win this clearly. But I'm just going to pray that DubTee understands how important this battle is and how it's such a great moment to turn the tide on everything. But everything does say Deburke should win this. I agree with y'all, but I'm just going to say DubTee off of pure faith.
I'm glad one of us did, because I thought I might have been the one to say it, but I'm glad one of us did. I'm glad one of us did.
Absolutely. That makes 2 people out of the 4 million people that live in London that think DubTee is going to win. You, Frankie Frazier, battled Gemin1 a long time ago. You've watched his progression. Talk to us about what your first impression was of Gemin1, the champion, the current champion. Talk to us about your first impression, and then tell me who you have.
My first impression was terrifying. And he only got more scary as the years went on. But do you know, my thing with this battle, I've been thinking about it quite a lot. I think everything in my mind said that it was Gem's time until about 12 months ago to now, where Shotty has gone on this run that we all knew he could have done, but he just wasn't really active, so it wasn't happening. And Gem's been offline because he'd lost his Twitter or whatever. And it just feels like it's one of those ones for me where it's like all I'm seeing Shotty. I'm seeing his battles, I'm seeing his clips, I'm seeing his hype, I'm seeing his promo, and I'm not seeing Gem. I'm not saying he has to do any fucking promo, he can do what he wants, and it doesn't mean he won't turn up and be unbelievable. But there's just, it's my brain's changed a little bit as this last year's progressed, that I think I would have always fought Gem just because he was so active. He was so and it's not that he hasn't been active, because he's still battling quite regularly the last couple of years. It's just there's something about this that feels like maybe it is Shotty, maybe it was always Shotty. And but I'm so excited for this battle, man. Fucking hell. I don't know, like, and this isn't even a fence sitting one, like I don't know how this is gonna go. Like I can't comfortably say that one side or the other. There's a part of me that wants both of them to be the one. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm a fan at the end of the day of this shit. So like I just want this to be as good as it can be. I don't want it to be one of those ones where it just doesn't work. You know, like, and it does happen sometimes where a battle's hyped up for so long and it just doesn't have the venom behind it, whatever you want to use, like words you want to use. But I have no doubt that won't be the case. I do believe it will be amazing. And I'm leaning towards Shotty only off of the activity right now.
I respect it. Sean Kray, the floor is yours.
I think as this battle's watched around the world, I think I think Shotty's going to get it around the world, like, you know, on cam, because he just punches and punches and punches. But I do feel like there's a world where Gem takes it in the room, because Gem, especially in London, he's just the way that he like builds and he brings the crowd with him, and everyone's just on it, and he keeps bringing it back. Everyone's saying the bar with him, and it's just hits, and they just love him in London. Like he's he's just one of those guys. Like when he battled Bizzo in London, for example, it's just like the crowd have come to shout his bars along with him, and it's easier to follow like that quick tempo and then flows in the room than it is sometimes for some people to keep up with it, how intricate Shotty is. And Shotty, but at the same time, Shotty's like knows exactly what to do to deal with Gem, like, and he'll work out a way to combat it as well. That's why it's going to be an interesting one. But just seeing Gem in London a lot of times recently, and it's powerful. Shotty has been like globe-trotting recently and shutting it down everywhere he's going. Last time I saw him in London was the Shuffle one, which is like one of my favorite battles of all time.
Amazing.
Completely had the crowd in the palm of his hand as well. So it's one of those. I am on the fence on it. I feel like in the room I might be looking at Gem, but I know when I watch it I'll be saying Shotty.
Damn, that's tough. It's tough because it's like I've been watching Shotty for a decade plus, and I think he's an incredible talent. Like me personally, I say this all the time, that the way I look at Loaded Lux is the same way I look at Shotty Horroh. And when I would say that, people would say I'm crazy, but to see him come outside and beat K Shine, beat Geechee Gotti in the fashion that he beat Geechee Gotti, to have a great battle with Tay Rock, have a great battle with Eunice, it's like Shotty has shown time and time again how incredible he is. And Gemin1 is the champion. Gemin1 is a very special talent. I remember T-Top 30ing Chef Trez, and then he flew to London, and Gemin1 put belt the ass on T-Top. T-Top hates when I tell him this, but I really feel that way. And then that second round that Gem had for Bizzo was so special and so well crafted. His second and third, really, I think, were my favorites. But Gem has this way of really captivating you, and you're listening to every bar. And
his ability to build a narrative is unbelievable,
and it's seamless. Like the pacing is seamless. You're just watching an artist at work, and I think that
only lends to Sean's point too, where I think in the room it will be Gem, because he will capture everyone there. But then I think online after, when you get to just enjoy it for what it is, there will be more people that say Shotty, because they'll have had the time to just digest like the bars and the punches. But when you're actually there and he's building that narrative, like they might not want to hear the narrative build again, but in that first moment they hear it, everyone's going to be like, what the fuck is going on? You know what I mean? So it's I can't see it being anything but what it should be. Yeah, I can't see it not being.
It happened when Shotty battled Shuffle. In that room, if you spoke to everyone in the crowd, they're all like, Shuffle won that.
Yeah,
but then
I had Shuffle as well.
But then the people that were judging it, that were like Yunnan and whatever, had Shotty, and it goes online, and a lot of people say Shotty, but in the room, that was like, you know what it, you know, not even necessarily saying that like I was standing there and I gave it to Shuffle in my head. But I was like, just being in the room, you get that feeling of what the general consensus is, and that general consensus was Shuffle.
Yeah.
But then with Shotty, he benefits on the watch back, all those heads who like really, you know, a Tony D. I would pretty much guarantee Tony D gave it to Shotty in the room that day.
He might have been one of the judges actually.
Maybe. So he's one of those sophisticated battle rappers that you know, but then sometimes in the room someone else might get it, but then you watch back, you appreciate the depth to what Shotty does.
I agree.
And I think that's the one very clear difference between the two of them is that Gem is way more angle based than Shotty, I feel.
Yes, that's 100% fact.
I think that's one of the main differences between them, because they both can rap like crazy, they both can punch 100%. Like crazy, they can both they can both be very funny when they want to be too. Like they don't use it as much as they could, but they can be. But yeah, I think I don't see Shotty, doing as much narrative building personally. He does, like I'm not saying he doesn't do it ever, but not as much as Gem, but I don't think.
And with all of that said, I got Shotty 2-1 clear. What the fuck are we talking about? That's Shotty Horroh. Are y'all fucking crazy? That's Shotty Horroh. He held it down for so long. I know London people don't like the fact that the greatest man in UK is from Manchester, but it is what it is. Shotty Horroh 2-1 clear. Gemini's going to be amazing, though, no question. This battle is going to be a classic, no question. But I got Shotty. Final question to each of you. If Gemin1 wins, does that make Gemin1 the best in the UK, Frankie?
Yeah, ever. Yeah, for sure.
That's it.
For sure. Yeah.
Definitively.
Yeah. Because he would have had wins over pretty much everyone that's ever like been the man. I think the only one would have been Tone. But they just never aligned.
That's
crazy, Sean. If Gemin1 wins.
I mean, it will still be subjective, but you know, if he wants to sort of stand outside that club and say I'm the best, then not that many people can argue with him if he has gotten the best of Shotty. But I think like it's judged on the day, isn't it? It's for the title.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
I like if you.
I don't think anyone will ever take the biggest ever title off Shotty. Like no one will be big.
Numbers are the numbers.
Like he's the biggest star we've ever had. Like for sure. I don't think. But just that out and out best. If he gets beat clearly, I have to go Gem. It's like I have to.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I would personally be saying it myself, but I'm just saying that if Gem was to say it himself, you know, if he's got the facts to back it up, then you can't really argue with it. But if you're asking me who I think is going to be holding the belt at the end of that night, I do think it will be Shotty.
Same.
I do think Shotty will have the belt. But I think it'll be one of those ones where we're all outside afterwards and there's lots of people pissed off and calling it a robbery and all this shit. It's going to be there. It's going to be.
He was wrong. He was wrong.
Have you noticed how I've like completely sat on the fence the whole way through, but I've tried to do it in an entertaining way?
I was just going to say the same thing. Yeah, I don't know if you lot have noticed, yeah, but I've literally called them both the GOAT like 4 times in the last 5 minutes. I know you're gonna clip me up, Frank. You're gonna clip me up and make it
right now.
I don't. Please don't. Please don't. I don't need the arguments, man.
The whole time I'm talking, I'm imagining my phone ringing and it's Gem being like, I saw you talking. And then at the same time, I'm going to have a phone call of Shotty being like, you know, I saw that. So I'm just making sure
Shotty's going to call me a cunt on Twitter now, man.
Because I'm that guy at the battle rap events who will like, I'll watch a battle and then one of the battlers will come off stage. I'll shake his hand. I'll go, you got that. And then his opponent will walk past and I'll go, you got that.
No worse. But Sean said I won. That's great. One more question, Sean. There's a potential that Coffee Brown could end up being Wody, and she started her year off battling you. What are your thoughts on Coffee Brown?
I got all respect in the world for her. Yeah, she came over, gave me a good battle. She, you know, lovely woman. I must say, like, I haven't seen loads of her battles. Like this year, I don't think I've caught them. I can't lie. I watched her to prep for her. I watched all of her battles, but I don't think I've kept up since. So
she's had an incredible year, and her starting her year off with you, it forced her to do something different and take a different approach. And I think that battle's not appreciated enough. So if you're watching this, make sure.
I saw her against Renea.
Yes, that was a good battle.
She got that, 100%. She won that, yeah.
Well, gentlemen, you're both legends. You're both very, very respected. You both have put in work, extensive resumes. I just want to run it down. Just the Prem battles, mostly. Frankie, you battled Bizzo, Ellipsis, Sean Kray. Sorry that happened to you, Frankie. Bobby Rex, Scoop, Homeschool, Visual, Rivers, and Sean, Coffee Brown, WhoIsOrion, Bobby Rex, Lefty, Raptor, LS Dean. Gentlemen, y'all have done an incredible job. Thank you both for your contribution to the culture, and thank you both for taking the time to do this. I will see y'all after the event. God bless you both.
I appreciate you having me on, man. Thank you.
All right.
Yeah. Nice to put a face in the name.
Yes, indeed. I'm sorry this was such a hideous face. I will see y'all again, gentlemen.